Welcome to Rauta, I am Jerry, and once again we have Underground 3.0 episode here with 3 different releases coming from the Underground. This time all from Finland, this time all related one way or another to black metal. So let's go from worst to best, according to my own opinion. Feel free to disagree. First we'll start with a band called Veret, which you can say it's like a blood in plural form. Demons Rise, Demons Ride, or is it actually the other way around? Well, it is Demons Rise or Demons Ride. This one is a demo CDR copy, as you can see. Seems like a very homemade DIY. And 4 tracks, if I remember correctly, around 16 or 17 minutes. Very basic, crude approach to the stuff here. No lyrics whatsoever, but kind of a double alien head here. The music is all about combining death, trash, and a little bit black into the mix. While there's nothing fundamentally wrong with that, that also means that a lot of people are gonna fall out of this box. Why? Because for death metal maniacs, it's too much trash, too much black. For black metal maniacs, it's not nearly even too much black. And when you are asking for trash metal people, they're gonna say, it's too trashy, too blacky, and all that stuff. There's some potential though. I mean, these guys have certain level of aggression and they have some good riffs, but unfortunately there are lots of filler parts where it kind of goes to the direction. Yes, I'm not too much fan of that. I'm not too much fan of this. So a lot of cool ideas filled with lots of ideas that are pure filler. But if you're into some new school, old school combination, new school, old school, I mean new old school bands coming from the Finnish underground, this is definitely worth taking your time. Then we have Crimson Blade with Indeterminatus. And if I recall correctly, this is a second release, debut album if I remember correctly. I think they only had an EP out before, which was okay, not too shabby. This time the band has moved on, polished their outcome, and this is indeed a better result with some quite amount of tracks, closer to 60 minutes. I think it was 52 or so, which means there is plenty of listen, maybe even too much, because there are tracks that last for like 9 minutes and it's too much. We're talking about melodic black metal here, not some epic progressive metal, for fuck's sake, and that's my problem with lengthy tracks. Often they are too filled with some kind of a, not nonsense, but you know, just filler parts where you just get it like the feeling like this is not gonna go into the directions like you're hoping for. I mean, there are plenty of parts where they're like cool melodies and all that stuff, and it's like this band actually works nicely and all that stuff. Production good, pretty solid vocals and all that stuff. But with the amount of clean ones, I feel like there's just too much of that stuff. What should be more like some kind of a visit here, a guest vocal kind of a thing, is more something like a gimmick where like, hey, just remove half of that and it's fine. Also, there are parts where the band kind of tries to slide out of the black metal box. For some people, it's definitely a blessing in disguise. For some of us, it's more like, know your battles, handle them well, and let the others do what they do besides the stuff here. So all in all, this is actually a nicely balanced thing, but there are still too many filler parts, and as an album, I think it's just too much overextending its stay. A little bit less would be better, and especially removing songs like The Abyss, which is, I don't know, 9 minutes and then some, and I'm like, man, cut it down like half, and then you have it. So it's something like a producer probably would be helpful here, like kill some of the worst ideas and focus on the good stuff, because these guys know how to do melodies. They kind of get it done. So it's kind of a light melodic black metal, not really the kind of a more aggressive or intense one, but those kind of like entry level stuff. And as such, it's pretty good. But like I said, there are still some minor bumps to be taken care of, and then it's gonna really nail it down. Interesting bands for sure already. And then we move to the best of the pile here with a band made by young guys, Kratti. To be honest, sounds like a Finnish name, but doesn't really, you know, bring up my antennas like, okay, what does it mean? Matka kohti kosmista, a trip, travel towards the cosmic, something like that. Signal Rex release, and this is more of crude kind of black metal. By the way, sounding also very, very Finnish. But the guys take it as a compliment, what I was told. I mean, when I was listening to this, I was like, okay, there's a little bit Horna in the mix, maybe some Gorgonturus, Satanic War Master and the like. So if you're thinking about, it's a Finnish black metal band that sounds like a Finnish black metal band and not much originality in that, that's right. That's what the guys are, it seems, aiming to do. And they're like 3 guys, very young and all, but they already have figured out what to do. Now this band is very new. I think it was like 2022 or so when it was founded. And they already have this album out. And as such, it's surprisingly good given that there is not much time, you know, how to let the band evolve, take its time, you know, mature a little bit. But it's more like, let's get tuned to the crude corner of black metal. Let's do it. Not exactly slow, not exactly super fast, but kind of like, semi-aggressive, semi-speedy and all. Now, I think Kratti has some nice things going on. I don't know why I say Kratti, because nobody would in Finland would say that. It's just Kratti. Strong rolling R, mind you. So Kratti is very much on the top of their game, but to be honest, what in my opinion this really needs is the focus of having something different rather than, you know, being the less known Horna album, for instance. But then again, if you're a fan of those bands, Horna, Gorgonturus, Satanic War, in beyond, this really could be the next cool thing for you to find out. I find it personally slightly better than the Crimson Blade. I mean, neither of them are exactly original, but this one is more focused, where Crimson Blade kind of gets, like I said, or extending its stay, roughly on the same level, but I prefer more compact and also more crude style of black metal. So this wins the whole game by an inch. Anyway, all of these are worth listening to, and you will have all links provided in the description box for you to check out. So off you go, check out the links, listen to the music, and figure out if they're worth owning. And should you have any questions, let me know. Off you go. Bye bye.